The Council of Worlds had gathered in their endless chamber of crystal and flame, a conclave older than the stars. When they spoke of Earth, it was with pity wrapped in scorn. If the Dominion attacks, they declared, the humans will fall in ours. They are not like us. Their survival is an accident of luck, not strength. Their species was never meant for the galactic stage. The words echoed through the chamber, carrying across 1,000 worlds via shimmering conduits of light. The verdict was clear. Earth would be abandoned to its fate. At best, the Council promised to mourn its loss. At worst, they dismissed it as inevitable. But what the Council never understood was this. Humanity was forged in fire, sharpened by catastrophe, and born with a will to fight that not even the Dominion could measure. The Dominion arrived on the edges of soul space with their fleets of blackened steel, their engines cutting holes in the void itself. Their war drones blotted out the sun, wings stretching wide enough to eclipse entire cities. For centuries they had reduced species to ash. For centuries, no one had withstood them. The Council whispered, "Ours humanity will break in hours." But humanity never played by predictions. The first Dominion ships slipped past Pluto, expecting scattered resistance. Instead, they found Earth's defenses already waiting, hidden armadas rising from the shadows of icy moons. Swarms of ships no intelligence reports had ever recorded. For decades, humanity had prepared in silence, listening to whispers of threats the Council ignored. When the Dominion hailed, demanding surrender, Earth answered with silence, and then fire. Lasers brighter than dawn pierced the void, splitting war drones apart before they could spread. Fusion cannons ripped through carriers, detonating their fuel core. The Dominion tried to swarm, as they had against so many others, but the humans didn't scatter. They converged. Ships moved in impossible synchrony, as though every captain shared one thought, one will. It wasn't technology alone. It was something far older. Humans had learned to fight in packs, to turn chaos into strategy. Redditors on their own world had taught them this lesson long before the stars ever knew their name. Within minutes, the first Dominion fleet was nothing but drifting wreckage. The Council panicked. Their predictions, their flawless models of probability, shattered. They sent envoys demanding answers. How had humans advanced so fast? What weapons had they built in secret? The truth was simpler and far more terrifying. Humanity had studied. They had memorized the fall of others, turning tragedy into strategy. Every Dominion tactic, every weakness, every arrogance had been logged and prepared for. And more than that, they had drawn upon their greatest strength, the will to adapt instantly. For the Dominion war was a science of repetition. For humans, it was an art of survival. The Dominion sent more fleets, larger than before, filling the void with armadas that stretched like endless storms. The Council whispered again, but this time their voices shook. Perhaps days. Humanity cannot hold more than days. But humans did not measure war in days. They measured it in heartbeats. They rewrote strategies on the fly, sacrificing ships not to retreat, but to bait. Entire squadrons disappeared into the dark, only to emerge behind Dominion formations, slicing them apart. Ground assaults failed before they began, as Earth's soldiers lured enemies into labyrinthine cities designed as traps. Every street a battlefield, every shadow a sniper's nest. Within minutes, again and again, the entire campaigns collapsed. The Dominion's command corps finally saw the truth too late. Humanity wasn't surviving, they were winning. Every trap the Dominion set unraveled into their own destruction. Every hour they gave humanity was 1 hour closer to extinction, not of humans, but of themselves. The Council could no longer deny it. In desperation, they convened again, their chamber quaking with fear. How, they demanded, what makes them so different? The answer came not from the humans, but from one of the Council's oldest historians. Her voice trembling, they have never known peace. Their history is war layered upon war. They have evolved in violence, refined by disaster. To them, struggle is not anomaly, it is nature. And now, they have brought that nature to the stars. The Council realized the horror. Their predictions had been wrong, not because their calculations failed, but because they had never understood humanity's essence. The Dominion had measured humanity by technology, by numbers, by fleets, but they had not measured by will. In the end, the Dominion's empire fractured. Their fleets burned in silence, their warlords slain or scattered. Humanity stood bloodied but unbroken, staring out at a galaxy that had doubted them. The Council offered apologies, alliances, treaties, but among humanity, there was no triumph in their voices. Only a quiet certainty, because now the galaxy knew what humanity had always known. When cornered, when threatened, when told survival was impossible, humans didn't need hours, they only needed minutes.